I did a comedy when I was younger, which the studio trashed, which is very funny, some of it. I mean, it's called Brain Donors. It was like a Marx Brothers film, and I got the Groucho Marx role. I auditioned for it right after Barton Fink, and I didn't really like Groucho Marx, so I did it my own way. And they thought I was the guy after hundreds of people tested. And the studio changed hands 3 times while we were making it. I had a hard time doing it, but I realize now that it was pretty good what I did, and the film is pretty good. And I was a little suspicious of the whole genre. And to do an out-and-out comedy is very hard. And I actually think my performance in it, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I think it's really good. And it's really free. And I wasn't trying to imitate Groucho Marx because I don't relate to him. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of, you know, even though my lines were written that way, I'm not such a acerbic or cynical performer. You know, I kind of have to get it in my body and stuff.
And this is making me think of Jesus in the Big Lebowski.
Right.
I mean,
well, that's something that was inspired by a play that I had done, and that's something that, you know, I still like to do a continuation of it, and I've come up with an idea. We'll see if that ever happens. But, you know, when they were telling me they were writing, I thought it was going to be a huge role. So when I did it, I was like, well, where's the part, you know? So they realized I was going to throw a lot of stuff in when I got to the bowling alley, and they, even though they choreograph everything, they let me come up with a huge amount of stuff because I know them. And I figured, they said, well, we knew you were going to come up with stuff. And I did come up with a lot of physical stuff. A lot of that business is mine, you know. But I got to give it to Joel and Ethan because, you know, they inspire me to want to surprise them because they're so full of imagination that I want to come up with something that they didn't think of. It's almost like not a game, but I want to surprise them. I want to make them happy. So, you know, so some of the things I would do for them, people have asked me, say, could you do something like that in this movie? And I get very upset when people say that. I go, hey, I know these guys 20 years, that I don't repeat. At least I try not to repeat what I've done. I'm not always successful, but I'm not going to base it on something else I've done for doing another movie, you know. People have asked me that, and I want to like slap them when they say that to me. It's because that's not very respectful, you know, of something else that you've created and that is theirs and not, you know, not yours.
You don't ask somebody to repeat what they did over there. You don't.
Yeah, it's like you know, bad lovemaking.
You do it just like you did last night.
Yeah, just do it exactly the same way.
I mean, the whole ball preparation, I mean, I wasn't really going to ask about this, but you got me thinking over the whole...
Yeah, I just kept coming up with all these crazy things, so yeah.
Thing,
Yeah.
I mean, because I think it's, for me, that for personally anyway, I don't know how many minutes it is.
It's about 5, I mean, I'm in 2 scenes basically in the movie.
You burn off the screen into...
Yeah. Well, when they put it together, they said, we got to show it to you, John. And when I forgot what I had done, I was editing, I think, my second film, Illuminata, and I went to see it. I was so embarrassed when I saw it. I mean, I was laughing, but I put my head down. I was completely embarrassed. I said, I can't believe you put all that stuff in there, every single thing. And that's the thing with Joel and Ethan. When you do something with them, 98% of the time, it makes it in. And that's a great thing. Because I've worked with a lot of people, including Spike, where, you know, I've lost half my performance. Like half my performance. So it doesn't make sense the same way, you know.